All right, so here we go. Today is still Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 11:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Clearwater, Florida, United States of America. I hope I got that date correct. I'm pretty sure it's Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure it's September 28th. Anyway, this is the day that Hurricane Ian landed, landed in Fort Myers. I'm in Clearwater, which is about, I don't exactly know, but I'm going to guess and say between 60 and 80 miles north of Fort Myers. And also on the coast, the water, the intercoastal, which is about a half mile wide. It's a significant body of water. Is about half a mile away. So pretty close to the water here. I can see the intercoastal from the apartment building. So this is I want to be funny, but I'm afraid I'm not going to be funny. Okay, let me just go with it. You can't think about it. You just got to go with it. You just got to say whatever comes out. That's just the way it's got to work. If you start thinking about it, it just, no, it just doesn't work. All right, so this is the harrowing devastation in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian and Tampa Bay. As you can see, there is, look at those leaves. Look at those leaves on the side. Did you see those leaves? Life-threatening amounts of leaves. Look at that. That's an entire palm frond. Okay? Look at that. Palm frond. When have you ever seen a palm frond in the middle of a road? Except in the aftermath of a devastating, life-threatening, life-altering, cataclysmic natural disaster like Hurricane Ian. Now, the wind was gusting pretty good earlier, actually, but it's gone now. So this is earlier, I want to say like about 8 or 9. It was gusting pretty good. I didn't go out because I was hanging out with friends in the lobby of my apartment, and we were chilling. And now my phone is dead and the power's out for some inexplicable reason. Look, power's not out anywhere else. The power is not out anywhere. It's just out on one block, which happens to be the block that my apartment building is, with a correction or amendment to that statement being that the power, after several hours after it went out on our block, also went out on surrounding blocks, but for an explainable reason, and that reason is because their transformers exploded. And you could see, I didn't watch them explode, but somebody else did. So giant, like fireball and spewing sparks of flame, and that happens not every time a transformer. Is it a transformer? The thing on top of a transformer is the box that's on the ground. And what's the thing on top of the power pole, the round barrel-shaped thing? Is that also a transformer? I think they're both transformers. Anyway, the barrel-shaped thing, yeah, on top of that, that's the thing that I'm talking about, blew up. Somebody saw it, and 2 or 3 of them blew up. So for about 4 or 5 blocks, my block and then 2 or 3 adjacent blocks are completely out of power, but everybody else is doing okay. So anyway, we were talking in our building, we were debating who was most likely to become a cannibal first. Who would become a cannibal first before anybody else. So that was very interesting conversation, and fortunately for me, I did not enter into that mix, so I'm very happy about that. Maybe it's because I was sitting there. I don't know. Maybe they just said, well, it's just a foregone conclusion in everybody's mind, Mike, that you're going to be the first person to go cannibal in a apocalyptic purge type, zombie situation like this post-Ian devastation. Look at this. The roads are soaked, literally soaked. Look, the entire road, side to side, is wet. Can you believe it? It's wet. When have you ever seen an entire road, side to side? I've been driving for blocks, and the road has been wet the entire time. I'm telling you, this is life-threatening. This is life-threatening. I can't even believe I'm out here in this devastation and this chaos, I just can't believe I never really thought of myself as being a courageous person, but obviously somewhere deep inside, buried deep inside my genetic code, there is a very brave, courageous man who has been looking for an opportunity to come out, and this is obviously it. I mean, look at that. You can literally see the light reflecting off the road. That's how wet it is. Unbelievable. And even though I haven't really seen any branches or leaves on the road in a while, we know that they exist because we saw them earlier. So, when you see leaves and branches on the road, that's a life-threatening situation, and that the only people that would be out under those extraordinary circumstances would be the bravest, most courageous people in the community, including obviously the first responders, because they're very brave, and also they get paid to be out in those life-threatening situations where you have roads that are wet and leaves and sticks, all over not all over, but in some places on the ground. Oh my gosh, we just ran over a palm frond. Wow, that was terrifying. I thought my car was going to jump the road and go upside down in the median when I ran over that palm frond, but I didn't actually feel anything, so that was kind of surprising. So this is the harrowing tale of, the devastation, cataclysmic disaster of Hurricane Ian in the Tampa Bay area, and I'm driving around so I can charge my phone because everybody else was charging their phones just sitting in the parking lot. Oh my gosh, the Amscot. Oh, there's a palm frond! Another palm frond! Oh, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. Unparalleled devastation. And I want to tell you this, I just saw some infrastructure damage. The awning of the Amscot Corporation was ripped down. The awning, the fabric awning, was ripped down. Unbelievable devastation. That corporation is likely going to have to file for federal aid to replace that fabric awning that got ripped down by this devastating, crushing hurricane named Ian. A name that no doubt will send chills up the spines of people around the world who hear about the pain and suffering that it brought to the Tampa Bay area. So this is Ian. This is an on-the-ground Hurricane Ian update. The hurricane has passed by our areas, on its way to Orlando now. So I'm sure by the time it will reach Orlando, it will be a formidable force for the people of Orlando to deal with, because they're going to have to deal with all these sticks and leaves and palm fronds on their streets, no doubt, just as much as we have. And the infrastructure damage, such as that we saw back at the Amscot Corporation, where its fabric awning had been ripped down, just like a megaton force of wind and natural power, just completely obliterated the fabric's attraction, or the fabric's attachment to its metal awning frame. So I did see a stop sign that had been blown over. It was terrifying. I felt like my life was in danger. And everywhere I look, I just see life-threatening situations. This wet road is life-threatening. Those palm fronds are life-threatening. Those leaves and twigs and sticks and branches that I saw on the road earlier are life-threatening. Or they feel life-threatening. I don't know. And if it feels life-threatening, obviously it is. Because if it wasn't life-threatening, why would you feel that your life was being threatened? So, anyway, apparently the extent of the infrastructure damage in the area is limited, very intense in limited areas, such as that Amscot Corporation. Even though I'm having trouble finding any other infrastructure damage at the moment, we can conclude that, probably billions of dollars of infrastructure damage was done. And hopefully the federal government has enough money to help us repair our infrastructure, such as that awning back at the Amscot Corporation. And I don't know how many weeks or months it's going to take for these roads to dry up, and how many hundreds of thousands of man hours it's going to take to sweep up all these leaves and sticks and palm fronds. But certainly we have our work cut out for us here in Tampa Bay in this devastating, cataclysmic aftermath of this record-breaking natural disaster, so named Hurricane Ian. All right, this is Wednesday. Enough of my foolishness. This is Wednesday, September 28th. I said December a couple of times. I don't know why I said December a couple of times. Okay, this is Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 11:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Clearwater, Florida, United States of America. Thank you for watching my parody satire video. Pardon me, forgive me if I sound insensitive to your suffering. If in fact you have been somebody who has suffered as a result of a natural disaster, I have not. I have not. The only suffering I've experienced is the fear mongering of the mass media, just motor mouth, blabbermouth, 24-hour fear for your life, fear for your life, fear for your life. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, and then it doesn't come. That's all I've ever experienced. I've lived here 45 years, and that's all I've ever experienced. So, my attitude, my sense of humor, my cynicism, if you will, is rooted in my own personal experience. So I don't mean to be insensitive if you've lost loved ones, or if you've been injured, or if you've lost significant amounts of property to natural disasters. But again, that's just been my experience. So thank you for watching my video. God bless you. Peace, blessings, and liberty to you and yours. Good night.